Welcome back. My name is Mark C. Grove. I'm a personal property appraiser based in Charlottesville and Fairfax, Virginia. For the next few minutes, I want to discuss paintings, because almost daily I get email and telephone inquiries from individuals that think they have the next $1,000,000 painting. So when they inquire by email, they often don't provide any information. They don't provide the signature if it's signed. They don't provide the dimensions. They don't provide photographs. They just email me very simply, I have a painting. I think it's worth a lot because Grandma had it. Can you tell me something about it? Well, that's not enough information to go on. So what we need to know are really the basics. First of all, we need a photograph. We need a photograph of the front. We need a photograph of the back, and we need a photograph of the signature signed by the artist. Those are the three basic things that we need. The next thing we need that would be very helpful would be the dimensions, because size matters in the world of art. Often art is valued by the square inch. So if you have a painting that's 4 by 4 inches, and you don't have very many square inches, but if you have a large canvas that's 3 feet by 4 feet, then it can be quite valuable if the artist is in demand. Okay, well, let's do some common sense with paintings. When you call the appraiser or correspond by email with the appraiser is going to ask you simple questions besides the dimensions. They're going to want to know, is it old? And you're going to be able to tell them this because I'm going to show you what to look for. And it's really quite simple. Right here behind me, this painting is a contemporary artist. He's still alive. His name is Rooney, and he works in North Carolina, last time I heard. And I bought this painting for my wife, and it is practically brand new. It was painted a couple of years ago, and you can tell that it's new because one, the frame is new. There's no dust and grime in the corners and nooks and crannies of the frame. It's clean. There's no patina. It's a dry canvas, and there's no dirt, grime, smoke, grease, or anything on it. It looks new. It is new, and that is one indication. Now, what we can do here is we can take it off the wall, and it's a heavy frame. I framed it myself. And now we can look at the back, and you can see the back is fresh. The canvas is white, and the back of the frame is fresh wood. It's not oxidized. Oxidized is, well, kind of like rust. Metal rust, ferrous metal rust, that's oxidation. And wood darkens with age. Now, this wood has been spray painted to look old, but you can tell from the canvas and the frame that the canvas is stretched on that it's fresh wood. And you can see here, Rooney 07, a painting for Chani. Chani is my wife. Okay, for that particular painting, we could tell that it wasn't old because there wasn't patina, dust in the nooks and crannies right here, and in the back there was no oxidation of the fresh wood. The canvas was white, still new, and it was also dated 07, and that's a really good indicator of its age because 2007 is only, well, this is 2011, so it's only a few years old. Now, if it were 1907, I would expect the canvas to be dark, almost a chocolate color, and the wood, which wouldn't have been painted, would be by now chocolate brown as well from oxidation. Okay, now I've got another painting off the wall. This is in my house, by the way, and this painting has patina on the front and patina on the back, oxidation. I'm going to show you the difference here. For this painting, we have encrusted grime and crackled varnish on the face. You can see where it's swirled. Okay, you can see where the grime is right here. The crackled. This painting was varnished once upon a time, and what has happened over time, because the painting has gotten hot, it was probably in direct sunlight or maybe in an attic someplace. The varnish, which was a thin coat at one time, has crackled into like an alligator effect. and that's an indicator that it's old. Also, you can see that right here in the mitered corner, see there's a gap. Well, that's a gap because the wood has shrunk over time, and there's now a crack evident in all four corners right there. And that's an indicator right there that this particular painting has some age. There's also some wear and tear on the frame itself, where this was probably at one time very smooth, very even. It is now crackled, and there's paint loss over time. And here in the corner you can see there's loss of paint right there. Now if we flip the painting over, you can see that it was painted on plywood. Now if you've ever seen new plywood, it's fresh, it looks new. This doesn't look new, it looks dark. This plywood, which is pine by the way, and this flooring right here, which is oak by the way, this is about 5 years old, and this painting, this plywood, is quite dark. It would have looked like the oak once upon a time. It would have been that light, maybe even lighter, almost white in color. But now it's oxidized, and the back of the frame, all along the frame, it's oxidized. And what's this right here, this is a remnant of a paper backing, which they would do. They would take brown paper, like brown paper bag, and seal the back. And that paper has now long gone, but there's remnants of it. So this is evident of, here's a piece right here, a piece of that paper. And it's just flaking off, and it's flaking off. There's a big piece right there. All right, these are all indicators that this painting is quite old, and I suspect that it's probably early 20th century, maybe late 19th century, and because the oxidation is that old. Okay, so what you need to provide in your emails to the appraiser are photographs of the front, photographs of the back, and a close-up photograph of the signature, which would be, in this case, would be right there. And you need to provide the dimensions of the inside from top to bottom. In this case, it would be about 11 5/8 by 9 5/8 by 11 3/8. And the outside dimensions, which would be the frame dimensions, would be 14 by 15 3/4, which is really less important. The frame dimensions are a lot less important than the canvas dimensions. And canvas is just a generic term for whatever the painting, the work is done on. In this case, it's plywood. Sometimes it's canvas, linen, copper, steel, slate. I mean, just about anything that can be painted on. So when you make your inquiry, you need to photograph the front, the back, a close-up of the signature, the inside dimensions of the work, and your contact information, so that the appraiser can give you a call to tell you that you have $1 million painting and that you need to hire an armed guard right away, or that you have nothing of great value, and appraising it would cost more than the painting itself. And better luck next time.